Still waiting and searching for answers nearly 4 years later.
Seen on camera, then swallowed by silence. Gone.
What do you miss about her?
Everything.
A young girl steps out of her home and is never seen again. Did she leave by choice, or was she led into danger? Was it a plan, or was this a trap? This is going to be the story of Joniah Walker. Before we get into this case, condolences to the family and friends that are connected to this case. It started like any normal, calm day. Nothing unusual, nothing alarming. But sometimes the most ordinary days hide the darkest turns. That morning, Joniah Walker said a simple goodbye to her mother before leaving for work. Throughout the day, they stayed in touch by the phone, exchanging normal conversations with no signs of trouble. Joniah had recently started a new job. It was a fresh beginning, something to look forward to. That same afternoon, her father had planned to take her to get a work permit, a small but important step for her future. But everything shifted unexpectedly. At around 3:30 p.m. that afternoon, her father arrived to pick her up as planned. He called Joniah, but she didn't answer. He tried again, with no response. He informed her mother about not being able to get in contact with her. Initially, it didn't seem urgent. Maybe Joniah's phone was on silent, or she had stepped out briefly. But time would pass, and by 5 p.m. her mother felt something that she couldn't ignore. A deep, painful gut feeling. That was just an hour, she said. I knew something was terribly wrong. How can a feeling come so quickly and feel so certain? Panic would start to grow. She began calling everybody, family members, friends, and even Joniah's godmother, anyone who might have seen her, anyone who might know anything. Right after that, the investigation would begin. Police and the search teams checked every nearby area, streets, buildings, corners, and routes she might have taken. They looked very carefully and again, but there was nothing. Not a single trace of Joniah. And that's where the real mystery would begin. On June 23rd of 2022, Joniah Walker would be last seen. Surveillance cameras captured her walking out the East Reservoir Avenue and North Buffum Street, carrying a large camping backpack. She looked calm and focused, like she knew exactly where she was going. But where? What makes this even more disturbing is the distance. That location is just a 3-minute walk from her house. So close, so familiar, and yet she never came back. Then suddenly, she was gone? No confirmed sightings would be after that. No phone activity, no messages, no clues. It's as if her path just ended in the middle of the street. For her family, the silence would cut deep. Her father, Jonathan Walker, speaks through tears. I miss my baby. I don't have nobody to call for my pancakes. Sometimes the mystery doesn't end with the disappearance. It only grows deeper with time. After years of strange and concerning phone calls, Joniah's mother chose to be known only by her last name, Howard. Even today, she still lives in the same apartment near Holton Street and East Brown Street, the very place Joniah walked home before she vanished. Why hasn't she left? Something keeps telling me to stay here, she said. This is where she's going to come back. A mother waiting, holding on to hope, but hope also comes with questions. When asked what she believes happened, Howard's eyes glassed with pain. She was lured away, she whispered. Someone online tricked her. Could someone really build that kind of trust and then disappear with her? Howard also revealed that Joniah had been struggling during the pandemic. She faced school difficulties along with depression and post-traumatic stress. She was vulnerable. Was someone watching her and waiting for the right moment? Before she disappeared, Joniah erased her digital footprint. Phone records showed only family calls, but Howard said she was in contact with people on apps. the pain would not stop there. Joniah's family says that they were left searching on their own. They felt that there was no urgency from investigators, even in those critical early months. In fact, they say it took 8 months before they were properly even contacted. They never came to my house. They never got photos of her, Howard said. The Milwaukee Police Department confirms Joniah's whereabouts remain unknown. Her case is one of the 36 long-term missing persons cases under investigation. Investigator Jamie Shrmala, who now oversees missing person cases, stated that several leads have been reported over time, including some as recent as this month.
What happened?
Yet, none of these leads have confirmed her location or
That's difficult for me to
explained
watch.
what happened to her. I just hope that
I
she's
don't know what
safe,
happened.
Shamala said,
I was at
and I
work.
want her to know that there are people who love
Um,
her and want her to come home.
She was
Authorities
supposed to
have
get picked
clarified
up
that Joniah's case is not
by her
classified as
dad that
critical.
day
Authorities have
to
clarified
go
that Joniah's
do some
case
business
is
that
not
she had to do
classified
to
as a
work at the
critical
PT
missing
shuttle
person
to
case,
continue her
which can
employment
affect
there.
how
She was a
resources are
minor and
deployed.
they needed her work permit.
According to official
But
guidelines,
unfortunately,
a case is considered critical if
I
it
don't know.
involves serious risk factors. This includes situations where the missing person had been physical, mental, or in a cognitive condition that puts them in danger. If there is a strong reason to believe foul play or a non-voluntary disappearance occurred, if the person has a medical condition requiring urgent care, if the disappearance follows a disaster, if the person is 11 years old or younger, if they are under 18 and responsible for a minor child, or if they meet criteria for a specific alerts for military vets. Investigators have stated that Joniah's case does not currently meet these conditions. Despite this, her family believes early actions lacked urgency and compassion. Her mother, Howard, recently met with the investigator Shamala and said the initial investigation did not include immediate follow-ups or household visits, which are critical in the early months of a disappearance. Many call Joniah Walker's case an example of missing white woman syndrome, a term by journalist Gwen Ifill to describe how missing white women often receive more media attention than women of color.
But
But what does that look like in real life? Through an open records request, we found that from
That's difficult for me
2020
to
to
watch.
2025, the Milwaukee PD received over
I don't know what happened.
17,000
I was at
missing
work.
person reports. Here's the shocker. Nearly
She was supposed to
73%
get picked
involved
up
black individuals, almost
by her
double
dad
the
that
city's black
day
population.
to go
Yet the media
do some
coverage
business that
tells
she
a
had to
different
do
story.
to work at the PT
I don't
shuttle
look at a
to continue
race
her
when I
employment there.
investigate,
She
said
was a minor
investigator
and
Jamie
they needed her
Shamala.
work permit.
I look at the facts.
But
I look at the
unfortunately,
reports. I investigate
I
them
don't know.
all the same. But still, the disparity is real. State Representative Sheila Stubbs explained, sometimes people don't believe them. Sometimes because they're black, they aren't taken seriously. The media is 4 times less likely to report. Stubbs has spent years pushing for missing and murdered African American women and girls task force, aimed at understanding why black women and girls are disproportionately affected by violence. The faces behind this are heartbreaking. Sade Robinson, murdered and dismembered in Milwaukee in 2024. Lashiki Hill, missing from Racine since 2023. And Joniah Walker, missing from Milwaukee since 2022. That breaks my heart, Stubbs said. How many more black girls, how many more black mothers must go missing or be murdered before we do something about it? Some disappearances capture the world's attention while others quietly fade. In 2021, the case of Gabby Petito drew national headlines and a massive social media response. Her story became one of the most well-known examples of missing white woman syndrome. State Representative Sheila Stubbs explained, but for Joniah Walker's family, this isn't about some comparisons or race. It's about answers. It's about closure. I just want her back, Jonathan Walker said. I don't care, even if she's not alive. I just want to know. He added softly, hoping that she could hear him. I love you. I wish you would come home. And I am waiting. Nearly 4 years have passed, and Joniah remains missing. Her trail gone, her story unresolved, a daughter still lost in the shadows. Her case continues to remind us that the questions that remain unanswered, Why do some disappearances gain the spotlight while others are ignored? That's the purpose of this channel. How many more children and women vanish before their stories are truly heard? The search for truth continues, and the world is still waiting for the answers. If you know anything about Joniah Walker, now is the time to speak up. Every lead matters, every voice counts. Let's bring her story out of the shadows and hopefully back to her family. Like I said, this is the purpose of this channel, is to bring those cases that have been forgotten to light. I'm trying to do everything I can to help these families. If y'all want to help me, like, share, comment, subscribe. I love y'all. Till next time. Peace.